The two-day Emma Lord meet is in full swing. The event is one of the last chances for athletes to qualify for Beijing. It's also an opportunity for new athletes to be classified by a three-man panel of medical specialists. Surgeon Helmut Hoffmann and his colleagues are scrutinising the athletes and assessing their physical capability. Their decision will determine who the athletes will line up against.
The classes are so close together. If we make a fault in classification, in normal case, this always is a medal.
Classification is a critical framework for the competition. It's highly technical and can be controversial.
Yes, they are handicapped, they are, but we have to draw some lines and sometimes it's very difficult. Okay, hello. How are you?
Today, Surgeon Helmut Hoffmann
Maxim.
is leading the classification of 36 Russian athletes. He groups each athlete into a class, which reflects the degree of function the athlete has.
Perfect. Upper limbs, absolutely perfect. A little bit loss of movement here, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Their athletic career is in the panel's hands.
Can you just walk? This does not meet the minimal standard now, but in the future this may change.
Under the current criteria, some athletes don't have enough impairment to compete. These athletes are left in limbo, but the rules are under review.
She is handicapped, you can see when she's walking,
Yeah.
but in our rules, or when we follow
Not enough.
exactly these rules,
Minimum.
she will not lose enough points in her muscle power.
An
I hope that in
IPC
the future
working
this
party
will
is recommending significant changes to the classification system. Perhaps the most controversial centres on athletes with a partial arm amputation.
After Beijing, we will lose about 300 top athletes with forearm amputations who are not anymore eligible, and I absolutely can't understand that.
Nicole has an amputation below the elbow. She meets the current rules for competition, but under the new criteria, she'd no longer be eligible to compete in disability events.
She will nowhere, no more class, and that's, in my opinion, I'm absolutely not do not agree with that. And you know, there are some countries. If we in the future follow this, if everybody agrees it, some countries will lose perhaps half of their medals. I just want to see what he's doing.
This proposed new system is due to come into effect after Beijing, unless there's a groundswell of opposition to the new rules by member countries.
Can you give me your arms?
For this Russian athlete, the classification process is devastating.
Quicker.
Ну, попробуй как.
All his life, Vladimir has been told he has cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy medical specialist Art Kramer has doubts about the diagnosis. Art checks and rechecks Vladimir's flexibility and reflexes.
He has problems in hearing.
Yeah.
Probably connecting with cerebral palsy.
Yeah, maybe.
Так, делай правой рукой.
Quicker. Like this.
Быстрее. Так быстро можешь? Так быстро. Попробуй. Давай. Старайся. Молодец. Хорошо.
Okay, I think I have seen everything and I want to see if he has stronger reflexes. Can you sit on the bench here? The only thing that I have seen is that he is slow in his movement.
Yeah.
I have seen no abnormalities in the sense of athertosis, no brisk reflexes, no ataxia. Also the running on the spot.
Yeah.
When he is running on the spot, it is slow. You can do it a bit quicker, but then he...
I'm in your opinion, absolutely.
Art and Helmut conclude Vladimir's disability is the result of oxygen deprivation at birth, not cerebral palsy. Now, they must tell him that he's not eligible to compete as a physically disabled athlete.
The consequence of that is the sad news that he is not eligible.
И в результате всего этого мы можем тебе сказать только то, что это не церебральный паралич у тебя.
And I think is that it is not a cerebral palsy, like Art Kramer, I think that he has under his birth loss of oxygen in being born. Maybe because he's slow, perhaps from the brain, and so you can find a solution for this athlete to compete. But in another system, I think. We as classifiers know that we are the gatekeepers to athletes who want to compete. I think it's very, very disappointing also for us to deny somebody to compete.
On day 2 of the Dutch Open, the Russian team arrives en masse. But Vladimir can now only watch from the sidelines.